For today's video, we will tackle about the digestive system.
What is digestive system? Digestive system consists digestive tract, also known as gastrointestinal tract and alimentary canal. It is a series of connected organs leading from mouth to the anus and has a length of about 9 meters. It also means breaks down food into substance which can be absorbed and utilized by the body for energy and growth, and the waste products are eliminated. Structure of alimentary canal and the major organs. First, the mouth, where we eat our food, and the tongue pushes the food into our throat, which is also called the pharynx. The pharyngeal muscle propel materials into the esophagus, and the esophagus passageway and pushes food from the mouth to stomach in a wave-like movement, which is called peristalsis. Going down to the stomach, which is a hollow organ or container that holds food while it is being mixed with the stomach enzymes. When the bolus goes into the stomach, the pyloric sphincter remains closed, or the food mass is temporarily stored into the stomach for 2 to 4 hours until the digestive process occurs. Rugae is the responsible of inflating and expanding of the stomach that can hold 2 to 4 liters of food and fluids, while the longitudinal layer, circular layer, and oblique layer helps break the bolus into suspicions of nutrients, which called chyme. The stomach have two special cells, which is spiritual cell that makes hydrochloric acid, which eliminates bad bacteria and viruses into our stomach, and it also activates pepsin. The second cell is the chief cell, which produces pepsin, and pepsin begins to break down protein in stomach. After 2 hours, the pyloric sphincter relaxes and the chyme partially leaves the stomach. And the chyme goes to small intestine, which absorbs almost all the nutrients from the food into the bloodstream. Small intestine is about 22 to 23 feet long. It's longer than the large intestine, which is only 5 feet long. Major parts of small intestine, which is the duodenum. It is a C-shape and 12 fingers length, or 25 by 38 or to 38 centimeters. The absorption starts in these parts, and there is secretion of digestive enzyme and biles. Jejunum, the middle part of small intestine, characterized by many blood vessels which give it a deep red color. It absorbs most of the nutrients from digested food. Villi are longer in this area, and the absorption of carbohydrates and proteins occurs. Ileum, last part of small intestine, it connects to the cecum. It helps further digest food coming from the stomach, and the absorption of vitamin B12 and reabsorption of conjugate bile salts happens here. There is a tiny hair-like projection in the line inside of the small intestine that contains blood vessels and absorb the nutrients. It is called villi. Part of villi are epithelium for fast absorption, blood supply absorbs simple sugar and amino acids, lacteal absorbs fatty acid and glycerol. The undigested food goes to large intestine. Large intestine absorbs water and electrolytes. It produces and absorbs vitamins. It forms and propelling feces towards the rectum for elimination. The large intestine, also known as colon or large bowel, the final stage of digestive system. There are 6 parts of large intestine. First, the appendix sits at the lower right abdomen. It contains cell of the immune system. Second, ascending colon. It begins just beyond the cecum, a pouch-like structure at the end of the ileum. Transverse colon runs horizontally across the abdomen from the right to the left. Descending colon passes down the left side of the abdominal cavity and ends in the rectum. Sigmoid colon, S-curve form, a terminal section of the large intestine that connects the descending colon to the rectum. It stores fecal waste and until they are ready to leave the body. Then rectum, 8 inches chamber that connects the colon to the anus. Receives stool from the colon. It holds and lets you know that there is stools to be evacuated or poop out. Anus is the last part of the digestive tract. It consists of pelvic floor muscle and 2 anal sphincter, internal and external muscle. The lining of the upper anus is specialized to detect rectal contents and let us know whether the contents are liquid, gas, or solid. Accessory digestive organs includes then salivary glands, secretion of lubricating fluid containing enzymes that break down carbohydrates. And there are three pairs of major salivary glands: parotid glands located in front of your ears and cheeks, triangular shape, and the largest of three major glands. Second, submandibular glands located under the chin and walnut shape, and the smallest located under the tongue and almond shape, called sublingual glands. Also includes the teeth that cuts and chews the food into pieces, tongue, which helps pushes the food into your throat. The average person produces 2 pints or 1 liter of saliva every day. And the muscles in your esophagus act like a giant wave is called peristalsis. The liver is also accessory in digestive system. And the function of the liver are the production and excretion of bile, excretion of bilirubin, cholesterol, hormones and drugs, metabolism of fats, proteins, and carbohydrates, enzyme activation, storage of glycogen, vitamins, and minerals, synthesis of plasma proteins such as albumin and protein factors. Gallbladder, it stores bile, it concretes bile, and when stimulated to contract, it ejects bile into lumen of small intestine. Bile is a yellowish-green fluid produced by liver cells. The main components are water, bile salt, bile pigments, and cholesterol. The last accessories of digestive organs are the pancreas. It contains exocrine glands that produce enzymes important to digestion. These enzymes include trypsin and chymotrypsin to digest proteins, amylase for the digestion of carbohydrates, lipase to break down fats. The seven functions of digestive system. First, ingestion is the process of eating. Second, propulsion is the movement of food along the digestive tract. The major means of propulsion is peristalsis, a series of alternating contraction and relaxation of smooth muscle that lines the wall of the digestive organ and that forces food to move forward. Then there is segmentation in propulsion, similar to peristalsis, except that the rhythmic timing of the muscle constrictions forces the food backward and forward rather than forward only. Then the third is chemical digestion, involves the breakdown of food into smaller components until they can be absorbed and assimilated into the body. It involves mechanical digestion and chemical digestion. Mechanical digestion, which is the process of physically breaking down the food into smaller pieces. This process begins with the chewing of food and continues with the muscular churning of the stomach. Additional churning occurs in the small intestine through muscular constriction of the intestinal wall. Chemical digestion is the process of chemically breaking down food into simpler molecules. The process carried out by enzymes in the stomach and small intestine. 6. Absorption is the movement of molecules by passive diffusion or active transport from the digestive tract to adjacent blood and lymphatic vessels. Absorption is the entrance of the digested food into the body. Then the last function is defecation, is the process of eliminating undigested material through the anus. That's all for digestive system. Thank you for watching.